Hello everybody, it's Dan. Sorry about the quality of this, but I kind of have to use my phone because I've looked all over and I just can't find my digital video recorder. So for some reason my phone likes to record like vertically like this and not horizontally, so it looks really stupid and awful. So hopefully you can see it, maybe enlarge the video now, go to full screen. But this is debunking all these stupid snow things that people are saying. You know, the snow is not real snow, it's mixed with some kind of plastic because of chemtrails and HAARP and 9/11. Because, well, conspiracy theorists, as they are wont to do, like to just imagine they're seeing things that they believe in, so that it helps to kind of, justify their beliefs and everything. Unfortunately, that doesn't lead to very good science or a whole lot of intelligence on their part. Because majority of them are stupid. So a lot of people are saying, the snow, when you use a lighter on it, it's turning black and it's not actually melting, and it has this weird chemical smell to it. So I'm going to explain in this video exactly why those things happen. First of all, about lighters. Lighters and pretty much anything that you have at your home that's going to, have some kind of flame to it, do not burn clean. They do not burn efficiently. So when you're trying to set fire to an object that is not flammable, such as snow or this spoon, you're going to get black sooty residue on it if you're holding the lighter underneath it, because all of the stuff that isn't actually turning into flame is just kind of getting burnt and rising up. So carbon, hydrogen, various things like that that are, and oxygen too, that aren't burning, are just turning into soot and rising. So if you were to do, say, this to this spoon here, which is not flammable, you can see I'm holding this underneath there, you get, black, charred looking stuff there. I hope you can see that. I don't know, couldn't see it too well the first time. But it's right there. Anyway, that's going to happen regardless of what you're trying to burn, if what you're trying to burn isn't, flammable. Also, if you try that with a spoon or something and feel like a heroin addict, which is kind of creepy and not cool, but whatever, you'll notice this strange chemical smell. Well, that's because there are organic chemicals in here that you're using to start a fire. That's all that is. Butane, whatever the case may be, in your lighter or other source of flame is chemicals. It's burning. You're going to get a burning chemical smell. Duh. On to the snow. I have this nicely packed snowball here, and I'm now going to do the same thing that I did to the spoon to this. And as luck would have it, holy cow, sure enough, it's turning black, as you can hopefully see there, and it's not melting. A lot of people have been saying that it's sublimation. Basically what sublimation means is that an object is going from a solid to a gas and completely skipping the liquid part. While that's a good hypothesis, that's not actually what's going on here. in order to sublimate, whatever you're sublimating has to just basically almost instantaneously go from a solid to a gas, which means that it has to get a huge temperature increase very, very rapidly. Um, that's not what's going on here. Obviously, because this, well, yeah, it's hot, and I wouldn't recommend touching it, isn't going to be that hot. But it's cool, though. Sublimation people, you go, because that's an awesome, awesome idea, and it's a lot better than the crazy conspiracy theory nut jobs. But no, all that's happening is the hydrogen bonds in the snow, because snow is water, which is 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Water makes perfect hydrogen bonds, which is why it's one of the only things you'll ever see in this world that when it freezes, the frozen part goes above the liquid part. The ice from water floats on liquid water. Anything else really in nature that you try to, freeze, it's not going to do that. The frozen part's going to be more dense and sink to the bottom. But with water, the hydrogen bonds form little like octagons or hexagons. I can't quite remember, but yeah, and there's this really nice surface, which also is the cause for the surface tension of water, which is what those little like water skipper bugs use to skip along the water and not sink. It's all just hydrogen bonding, and the hydrogen bonding in this snow, which, just for the record, if you use the lighter on top of the snow, do that hot part of the flame here. Like I said, the unburnt chemicals are floating upwards. You don't get any of that black sooty residue stuff on it. So it's not the snow that's turning black. What's happening is that the hydrogen bonds that are in here are actually pulling on the hydrogen and oxygen from the water that's melting and pulling the water into the snow, even when you're doing it from the bottom. Hydrogen bonds are pretty cool, pretty awesome things. So that's why, the water's not coming out and dripping like you would, expect it to, I guess. Well, I wouldn't expect it to, but other people expect it to, because they don't really know a whole lot about, chemistry and things like that. So yeah, that's all that's happening. The oxygen in water is pulling on the other hydrogens. The hydrogens in the water are being pulled on by the oxygen. It's a polar bond, and it's not an equal polar bond. The hydrogens are moving back and forth pretty rapidly towards the bottom of the oxygen. So that's all that's going on. There's a lot of air in here too. Snow is, mostly air between crystals of water molecules, very, very tightly packed together. If you recall, in that other video that I did, we were trying to get it to be as far apart as we possibly could so that we could turn it into snow. Now when it's nice and packed together like this, though, there's a whole lot of space in between them still, because it is snow, and they're still, farther apart. And that space is sucking all of the water into it and turning it back into snow. That's all that's happening. So you've got the blackness from the chemicals in the lighter going up, the smell from the chemicals in the lighter, and the not melting because it actually is melting, but it's being sucked in because of the hydrogen bonds. So hopefully some of these nutbags will, see this video and realize, oh yeah, there's a natural, scientific, logical chemistry explanation for why this is occurring, and they'll stop being idiots. One can only hope. But hey, again, this is Dan. You have an awesome day.